This is Rick Marr, the Resourceful Human, and today what we're going to be talking about is what's going on in the world of artificial intelligence, how it affects, our lives in a certain aspect, but also more importantly, how it affects our business lives and how our businesses need to react. So even for small business owners, um, we have to mimic what large companies are doing and how they are using artificial intelligence to their advantage because we don't want to see that exponential growth of them using this artificial intelligence and their sales and their marketing and all those kinds of things. And then we are doing it kind of the old way so that the gap of the big and small grows bigger and bigger each day. We want to avoid that. We want to keep pace using the tactics and things that they're using. So my name is Rick Marr, and on this channel, our intention is to bring you entrepreneurial information on things that we've learned from running a national human resources business. Now, that could be everything from products and services that we've developed that are pertinent to the world, as well as operational things that we've learned about running the business, like artificial intelligence, sales process, all sorts of operational marketing and business operations that we've learned. So I ask you for two small favors if you like this video because it really helps us spread the word. A is to like it, right? Hit that thumbs up button below. And two is to subscribe to our channel. And when you do subscribe, so this would be 2A, hit the little bell button and that'll remind you every time we post something so you get our content as soon as it's developed. So thank you again for being here today. So as you can see on my screen, what I talked about, what I learned this weekend or was studying about was what Elon Musk is doing with these robots. And the intention of these robots that he's talking about are to make any work that we as humans do that's manual labor a thing of the past or an option for us, right? So really what he's developing are the way that the world is going to move forward, and you can apply that to all sorts of things. It could be from doing housework or mowing the lawn or getting groceries, or it could be how we interact in the supermarket, who's bringing the food out to the aisles and packing it out and those sorts of things. So really, truly, what Elon Musk has done in other aspects of his world, if you look at his electric cars and you look at where he wants to go with space, he's looking at humans as the next thing that needs to be improved, right? So not so he unveiled this robot looking thing, and it was interesting. One of the things that everyone's head goes to the same space. They go to the Terminator and Skynet, right? So one of the first two things that he talked about when he rolled this out was that this machine is going to move slowly so that humans can outrun it if it's ever a problem. It's only going to be able to lift a certain amount of weight, right? And it's going to be reasonably, let's call it in his vernacular, kind of weak compared to most humans. How much of that I believe, I don't know, but it's clear that in him developing this, one of the things that they saw was that humans would get nervous around this and go back to the Terminator, go back to Skynet, right? So this is kind of the beginning of artificial intelligence, and we can use this artificial intelligence in everything that we do, right? So the next thing that I saw over the weekend was that Walmart is now using artificial intelligence to predict substitutes for shoppers. So if a product is out of stock, right, they're using artificial intelligence, particularly for online shopping, right? So you're making orders and something's not in stock, and making it easier for the personal shoppers, the people that actually go and pick up the stuff for you and put it into a bag, making it easier for them to understand what those alternatives may be and give you options. So if you think about it from Walmart's perspective, they've now changed their sales model, right? How are they selling? It's no longer you walk down the aisle and you pick a product up and you put it in your cart and you go to the register and do that, right? They're changing the way that you purchase. They're driving you towards online sales. But not only that, they're driving you to a point where when you're in online sales, they can kind of move information around you and find products that suit you. What it also does is it talks about in here that this solution allows Walmart to um, to learn about you and your shopping habits, right? So they're pulling together all kinds of shopping data around you. So, if you want a dozen eggs, but you buy 18 eggs, does that mean you have more than one person in your household? If you look for a dozen eggs and you say the alternative is 6 eggs and you buy that, maybe they figure that you have a smaller household. So they're using this information to gather information around us and do deep learning in AI, right? So it's really, if you think about it, again, this is more information about them, these bigger companies, right? In this instance, Tesla, Walmart, and how they're using AI to shape the way we react, right? It's their sales model. We can do the same thing. And just kind of a final one here. This was on CNBC, and this is an article about IBM, right? And it's talking about using data, using software, right? And software is, his opening line is, it's really become the language of everything that's happening in the world, right? Think about how true that is. Everything that we do involves some sort of technology, right? So here's my technology, right? So everything we do is involving some sort of technology. So, and this is interesting that he says here, he's identifying 3 things about technology, right? And what they're talking about here, this is IBM, right? One of the biggest companies of all time ever in the world, and what they've done to change humanity. Obviously, they're not as big as they were in the 40s and in the 50s and 60s, but clearly they are. They have a legacy of understanding where this world is going. And what they're talking about here is intelligent automation is inevitable, right? So if it's inevitable in all aspects of our lives, why shouldn't we as small business owners take that inevitability and start to be early adopters to be ahead of the game for the big picture, right? And then the third thing he says here about businesses, winners will scale the value of their data with automated artificial intelligence, right? So when you learn something, think back to that Walmart article, right? When you learn something in the data and you collect it, you use it to scale your processes up. So if you think about these 3 things, they're going on right now in our lives. We're seeing it from large companies. However, if we piece these things together, we too can use artificial intelligence in particularly our sales and marketing efforts, right? That's where I'm going to focus for the next few seconds. So let me give you 2 real examples of how artificial intelligence works. So this is, here is our website, right? And this, we have a chatbot, which almost every company has a chatbot on their website. Some are more developed than others. Some it's a chatbot and behind it is some sort of person who might be offshore or doing something and they're answering the questions live. Or what we've done is we've built out an artificial intelligence answering ticket. So when you open up the box, it gives you options, right? And everything is an option. And then the system is thinking, and then you enter your name, right? It takes you through these things, right? And you put in your email address. We're learning about you as we go along, right? Bad typer, right? We're learning about you as you go along, and now I'm getting options. What do I want to learn about? Oh, I want to learn about the Living Handbook. Okay, great. Now I'm in a conversation. Are you ready to get started? So yes, sign me up, or not yet. I'd like to speak with someone first, or no thanks. So yes, sign me up, right? That's a good one. And then it takes you right to the spot where you can go and you can purchase your product, right? That's artificial intelligence. Now we have a great operational team that knows how to do these things and is kind of driving it together. And I've said it in another video, the vision is there, the team to execute it is there, and words and music go together perfectly. So, right. So if you think about these things, right? This is what's happening on a bigger scale, and we as small companies can do it. So here, this is our system. We use Zoho, as I've discussed in other videos. Here are all those chats, and here are all those things. So we are continuing to learn about those clients, about those visitors, about what they're asking us, right? And we can see we're starting to learn information about these visitors, right? This is artificial intelligence. So I guess what I'm saying to everyone is that we're using artificial intelligence in every aspect of our lives with big companies, and we accept it, right? We know it's there. We know it's coming. We sometimes complain about it. We sometimes laugh about it, right? But it's coming. However, we as small business owners don't think that we should be doing that to adjust for what's going on in the world, to live, thrive, and survive in this new sales model that we have, which is artificial intelligence, machine driven, scaling it, right? We talked about that, and automating the sales process. So if you like what you heard today, and I hope you did, I think it's a really interesting topic, and I think it's something that's never going away. I ask you again to do those couple small things for us. It really helps us with the algorithms and get the word out to more people. We'd love for you to like and share, right? Like, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. And the second and the third 2A, let's call it, is there's a little bell there. If you hit alert every time we produce new content, you'll be alerted to it. So really appreciated. Stay human and stay resourceful.